Greetings, programs. This is Wretch, and welcome back to We the Revolution. We are currently in Act 1, Day 19, and things are getting a little bit tight. We've been able to maintain good relations with our family members. We haven't lost our heads yet, which is a great thing. But it's starting to get harder and harder to try and keep things stable, especially when the board game aspect of the game got introduced, and we are very, very understaffed, let's say. So let's go ahead and rock out the autosave. In terms of everyone's stats, we're in slightly good shape, I guess would be the best way to word it. Good morning. Citizen Pache has asked to see you, urgently. He must know. That remains to be seen. Lead the way.
Danton, you traitor! How could you?
Hello, Pache.
Fidel, thank you for coming at such a short notice.
Posh. I keep on forgetting it's Posh.
Danton betrayed me. Danton, we used to be allies. I asked for his help, but he never came. You did.
We are friends, Jean.
I must destroy him. Make him pay. We must.
Oh dear. Okay, do I still have my notes? Yes, I still have my notes here. Okay, so oversensitive, we definitely need to rock out manipulation. And we've got 9 influence points right now, which gives us a little bit of leeway. He is bullheaded, so humility with the bullheadedness, and with withdrawn, manipulation's a good one as well. Strong, strong, perfect, strong. I think that should be okay. Let's go ahead and commence with the persuasion.
I don't understand. What did they accuse you of? You, of all people, when everyone knows that Paris blooms under your direction.
Apparently, I betrayed France. I am not a saint, I know, but treason? And who is accusing me? That political whore, Danton? I do not know for sure, but I can feel that he was involved in those accusations.
Man, we are playing this guy like a fiddle, aren't we?
If Danton made this attack, he must have fabricated evidence against you. We need to have something to fight back. What proof of his misdeeds do you have?
Hey, Ani.
I cannot do it anymore. I no longer have the strength to fight it. The whole revolution, the never-ending plots, it is impossible for me to trust anyone. Except you. I do not understand anything anymore.
It created a power vacuum. That's pretty much what the revolution did.
Once the trial begins, your fate will be set. If there is any evidence for treason, the accused cannot be saved. I can, however, make sure that evidence will never be disclosed. But to do that, I need to have proof of Danton's misdeeds. That is the only way. Where do you keep it, Jean?
Oh. Okay,
Nobody will openly object to Danton, knowing that he can fabricate evidence of treason. They are scared. I, however, am willing to stick my neck out because I believe in the long-term benefits of our friendship. That alone should convince you.
Really? You will help me? I did something horrible in the past. Someone forced me to do it, and now I am filled with regrets. I will owe you an enormous debt.
Ooh.
All proof against Danton is hidden in a safe in my office. Ask my assistant for the key.
Got him.
Thank you, Pache. I know what to do with it.
I
No,
do.
thank you. I misjudged you, Fidel. You are a true friend.
Remember all of our good times
Of
playing
course, Jean. Of course.
playing dice together? Or the one time that we... Ooh, Revolutionary's endorsement +6. Awesome. Little things like this is going to keep our heads above water. Alright, so at the moment, the revolutionaries, it's medium. Aristocrats, medium. Still very high with the common folk. And we've got some news. Deal of a lifetime. There's nothing like having a little chat with someone at your level. For the bank's director, Blaise Roy could as well be a flea, irritating but harmless, and lacking the resources to seriously oppose him. The judge of the tribunal, however, is another thing entirely. You invited him for a glass of wine and told him that you have taken an interest in the poor fellow's situation. Abel Dakin did not care at all, until you promised him your lifelong gratitude and a favor. He had a sudden change of heart and agreed to postpone the date of the payment. Reputation +3, common folk endorsement +5. Hey, Kath. I'm not sure yet, Ani. Let's find out. Okay, position in the hierarchy. It seems to me that this time our friends from the guard got ahead of themselves. I still need to question him. Introduce yourself. Raphael Galoy, a craftsman, Your Grace. Did you engage in propaganda activities? What exactly? Propaganda. Have you been persuading people to support the return to the monarchy? To the guillotine with a sniveling royal lackey! I've done no such thing. I just sat in my workshop and worked as always. Compiled by Charles Etienne. We accuse Raphael Galoy of conspiring against the revolution. In his workshop, this old monarchist has been making propaganda materials that depict the Capets surrounded by a court... Rugged, thank you very much for that, host boss. I appreciate that. That depict the Capets surrounded by a court entourage and soldiers. Suspicion of his offense came to light at the beginning of the month. At that time, Citizen Galoy's establishment was already under surveillance. When we were certain that the suspect had indeed made all the propaganda materials himself, an officer in disguise was sent to conduct an interview inside the workshop. Answering the interrogator's question, Citizen Galoy allegedly stated that the product he was offering was called chess, an ancient game originating in the East over 1,000 years ago. The true face of the crime was revealed, however, only upon the demonstration of the rules of this allegedly Eastern pastime. In the game produced by Galoy, the king is the central and most important piece. The interviewer inquired about it several times, and the accused repeatedly insisted that the rules did not allow for the king to be taken. The queen, in turn, is the strongest piece on the board, which also raises anxiety. Other figures include knights or noblemen, and towers reminiscent of the destroyed Bastille. Even worse, each new game is begun by a player who controls the White King, which is an explicit reference to Louis XVI. Wow, they are just grabbing at straws now, aren't they? Is there anything else? No, that's pretty much it. Workshop, crime scene. We got 6 questions to reveal. That Capets. Counter-revolution. Demonstration of rules, course of events. Destroyed Bastille. Counter-revolution. The White King. Counter-revolution. And monarchist to the personality. Holy crap. Okay, so it looks like the common folk... Hold on, let's look at the rapport here. Verdict. If we do the death penalty, phew, that puts us in bad spot. But if we acquit, the common people get very upset, but the revolutionaries and the aristocrats move higher into the well-liked area. So I think this is going to give us a little bit of breathing room. I don't want to put this guy to death just because he wanted to create games of chess. This is getting into the Clark administration for Babylon 5 very quickly. The guard's interrogators claims that some of your pawns are reminiscent of the Bastille towers. They are? Why? Because in chess you need to make towers like those on a castle. But why identical to the Bastille's towers? I've never seen any others, so I copied the ones I knew. Is this prosecutor blind or stupid? Ew, man, the jury wanted him dead. Did you show your game to anyone that was willing? Chess? It's not my game, but yes, I've taught hundreds of people how to play. Playing cards also feature a king and queen. So what? Is the game about protecting the king? That is the goal. Why the king and not the nation? I wouldn't know. This game is hundreds of years old. Could you not have changed the rules? I wouldn't know how to. After all, I'm just a simple craftsman, not... But you could have chosen a different product to manufacture, is that correct? Well, I could have, but I didn't think of it. There we go. This is nuts. And we'll go ahead and ask that. Does the game feature a king and queen? Indeed. Who invented this game? I don't know. They say it's an ancient game from Persia or India or somewhere. Liar! Louis supporters are always liars. I only know as much as my father taught me. He also produced this game? In his old age, after he sold his farm. That's about as good as we can get, guys, so that is pretty much all I need to hear. The defendant confessed to the crime. Did the defendant advertise his business? Oh man, we didn't, how many influence points do we have? No, he didn't confess to the crime. Was his act counter-revolutionary? No. And I'm not sure about this one, so let's... There's a sign on the street. Protocol. Now, I bet that's going to start changing up. Like, did he confess to the crime? Yes, he admitted to this horrible game. And we are definitely acquitting. The people will not like it. But I've got enough good faith that it's not going to be that big of a difference. I hereby declare Raphael Galois not guilty. This accusation was completely absurd. The judge is a royal lapdog! Okay, they say his act was counter-revolutionary in nature. Meh. Reputation and influence. Still, no worries. Are there any, like, speed trials we have to do? Nope. Hey, Craig. That was kind of nonsense. Are we going back to the game board? Yeah, bad stuff here. Grumble. Okay. Yeah, get them both. Get them out of there. Yeah. The statue has reached another level of development. You can now seize another building. Hallelujah. Alright, first things first. Political Salon. Actions granted by this building will facilitate your work at the court. This printing house enables actions against the Muscadins and the Revolutionary Patrol. This hideout will help your agents operate more efficiently in Paris. I think the hideout would probably be the best thing. I want them to be more efficient. Because if the Revolutionary Patrol comes in, we can always talk our way out of that. I'm not that worried about it. Good efficiency, however, is good. Now then, Raphael is currently inactive. We need to get our territory back. We're going to go ahead and have Gregory lure enemy agents. We're going to move... Oh, nope. Never mind. I need to move Raphael over here. And I can't, actually. For whatever reason. Oh, I can only move him adjacent. Well, fine. Let's try... Yeah, we're going to do that. Unfortunately, the enemy bruiser, there's not a whole lot that we can do here, but we need to get things back on track. Now, let's get to the intrigue. And I think that's everyone. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of... I think we're going for quality over quantity. Successful intrigue. Reputation points +6. Good stuff. The assassins, and this was Pache, who believes that we are so helpful when we're actually the ones who have completely screwed him over. Beatrice was able to escape the guards and sent a message to Mayor Pache. She told her to be at Rue Saint-Marc with the money to compensate for the damage done by their relationship. We must intervene. Beatrice turned out to be unreasonable. Instead of saving her life and running to the other side of Europe, she remained in Paris to engage in blackmail. She's extorting money from a person she was supposed to love. The entire plan will collapse if she talks about the testimony we made her sign. So we have a choice here, guys. So let's sum up real quick for those of you who don't know what's going on. We were trying to find some sort of dirt on Pache, who may have been one of the people responsible for us being stabbed. We found out that Pache's daughter was having a lesbian relationship with a woman named Beatrice. Now, we confronted Beatrice with this information, and we basically convinced her to leave town after giving us the information that we needed. At that point, we gave Beatrice all the opportunity to go ahead and get out with a little bit of money, and it looks like Beatrice is now extorting money from Pache's daughter. So now I'm not exactly, we gave her a chance, and now she not only didn't take our chance, she's revealed herself to be a scummy individual. So we have a choice to either go with the guards or send the guards alone. What should we do, guys? I'm afraid if I send the guards alone, they're going to Munson it up. But at by the same token, I don't want anything particularly bad. Going with the guards, I may be overthinking this, but going with the guards could basically reveal that I was behind Pache's downfall. However, if I send the guards alone, it's going to be potentially bad if the guards mess things up. Ani says go with them, as does Thunder. Hey, Thunder. Kath says alone. I don't know. Anyone else have any strong opinions one way or the other? I actually am. I'm more. I believe that going alone is probably the smarter option, or sending the guards alone. That kind of ties it up. So let's go ahead and let the D20 decide. Evens will go with them. Odds will let the guards go alone. And evens. So we'll go ahead and go with the guards. Oh dear. Oh crap.
Are you going to kill me now? Will you arrest me only because I was somebody's mistake?
Pache's daughter killed her.
Because someone treated me like a possible source of income and nothing more?
Hey, Sai.
What does your heart tell you, Monsieur le Juge?
Ooh.
Come, Marie. It will be like it never happened, I promise.
Well, it's nice to have the bloody knife in our hands instead of in our gut. Okay, I actually am very glad that we went ahead and went to see that. My heart doesn't set precedent. Alrighty. Good relationship with wife. Revolutionaries plus 14. Guards would have probably killed her. Yeah, it would have been one of those unfortunate incidents. Day 20. Oh, okay. There's Pache. You scoundrel! You serpent! Danton never betrayed me. It was you. He did too. How could you? We were supposed to be... friends, yes. Let us not waste any more time. Admit that the accusations for treason are true, and your daughter shall be freed. Yes. I cannot promise the same for you, however. Kat, thank you very much for those bits. Okay, Craig, we found out that the girl who was in the relationship with Pache's daughter did not leave town like we had given her the opportunity to, and she was actually extorting money from Pache's daughter. And we went to go confront. We had a choice whether to send guards alone or go ourselves. We went along with the guards and walked in as Pache's daughter had just finished killing her former lover. And we kind of said, come here, we'll take care of it. I attacked you because they told me to do it. That is irrelevant. You'll be tried like all the other assassins. They will crucify me because of you. A person who promised me his friendship, an alliance. They will surely remove you from office, but you will live. Marie will live too. But if you keep barking, you will both lose your heads. You will pay for this, I swear. Maybe. But you will pay first. Your trial begins any minute, so you do not have much time left to think. Dun dun dun! The aristocrats want him alive, while the revolutionaries, the family, and the common folk want him dead. Interesting. I want to check the defendant's personal details once again. My name is Jean-Nicolas Pache, and I am the mayor of Paris. You've been accused of spying on behalf of Austria. Do you understand, Citizen Pache? Yes, I understand everything. You are not nervous. That's quite unusual for someone in your situation. I am awaiting a just trial. Oh, well, you have come to the wrong place. Okay, common folks' endorsement went down by 1. Reputation +1. The accused who will now stand before us is Jean-Nicolas Pache, the mayor of Paris, suspected of treason through cooperation with hostile powers. He was arrested following the written testimony of Beatrice Cauron, daughter of a local cooper, but best known for her connections with the rotten Muscadins. The girl admitted to being an Austrian spy and declared that she obtained information from the defendant himself. Thanks to her knowledge, she was allegedly able to disrupt the everyday lives of Parisians. In exchange for revealing her informant in the city authorities, Cauron was expelled from France under the penalty of death should she return. The investigation, which I carried out together with Prosecutor Tinville, indicates that Citizen Pache was following the orders of Cauron's Austrian employers, and the girl was responsible for exchanging letters between the two. We were unable to find solid evidence from many of the mayor's suspicious acts, but one aspect of the investigation is cleared: the delayed construction of the Pont de la Révolution. Enemy forces wished to prevent it, as the structure was to unite the French, to become a symbol of the rekindled revolutionary flame. The plotters could also hope to bring shame upon Robespierre himself as the originator and supporter of this undertaking. The evidence of this conspiracy was discovered in letters that we confiscated during a search of the defendant's office. All of them were signed only with a D, and we have not been able to ascertain the identity of this mysterious person. We have rejected the most popular suggestion, that it is Danton, as it is common knowledge that he and Robespierre are political allies, as well as friends. Of course. Let's look at the hierarchy here real quick. So we are in the same area as Pache and Danton, who we tried to get help with like earlier in the game. He's up here in the second tier, right below Robespierre. And the only person that we have up here is Marat. Now, Renard we're actually fighting in the board game, so if we're able to take him out, that'll be great. But Marat is going to be... We still got 3 unknown characters here. So, let's unlock some things. We've got 1 trap and 1 strike. Guys, holy crap. Discrediting Robespierre. Mysterious letter. Cooperation with enemy powers. Delayed construction of the bridge. I think the symbol of French unity is the trap. So, a mysterious letter. Wait a minute. Mysterious letters. Let's do a secret correspondent accusation. Okay, question discovered there. Cooperation with enemy powers as... Jason, thank you very much for that lurk. Mysterious letters as evidence. Discrediting Robespierre is a motive. We still have 3 more questions to reveal. Cooperation with enemy powers would... Yeah, that's an accusation, but it's also a motive. Okay, we're gonna put motive. Delayed construction. Yay! Cooperation is accusation. And discrediting Robespierre as another accusation. Nice! Didn't hit the trap. Oh, Lord above. These are all questions to get him to the guillotine. We are not going to have much of a option here. Oh well. Do you admit to having cooperated with a foreign power? Yes, I do. Well, that was surprisingly quick and straightforward. He's a brave one. What? Does he think he'll escape the guillotine for his courage? What did you receive in exchange for spying? Most of the time money, but sometimes we exchanged information. I was able to gain valuable knowledge regarding my opponents. What kind of nonsense is this? I am fully cooperating with the court. Oh, wow. Okay, they want him freed. What are we... Were there any other citizens of France involved in the plan to compromise Robespierre? I do not know. Nobody informed me of such details. But you must have heard something. I was taking money for treason, not to eavesdrop on my employers. Although, knowing them, there was almost certainly an alternative plan that involves a prominent citizen. A filthy rat. Okay, we're getting him. Did you follow the orders of your employers and hinder the progress of construction workers? Hired at the Pont de la Révolution? Yes. I did my best to make sure that employees from every office involved would conduct strict inspections of all aspects of the construction. And the bridge is still unfinished after all these years. A pig and a traitor! I was able to interfere effectively. However, I was unfortunately not able to keep it a secret. Citizen Fidel, you have to... There's something you need to see. What do I need to see? I knew this was too good to be true. Something horrible has happened. What has happened? Oh my...
Frederic.
Oh my god.
My son.
For the sins of fathers. Oh, God in heaven. You scumbag! My child! Alexis, try to calm yourself. Citizen Fidel, we heard about your tragedy. Is there anything we... All of you, shut the hell up! Pache, why did you kill my boy? Your Honor, I did not kill anyone. Why did you do it, Pache? What am I even being accused of now? Of killing my child! I was in a cell all this time, and we had a deal. I would not make any move against you, I swear. Still so docile, even when there's a dead child in the equation. Who killed my son, Pache? I have no idea who could do something like this. I never... Who is behind this? Tell me immediately or you will go straight to the scaffold. See? The judge is threatening me with the guillotine for his own gain. This is not a trial. This is a farce. Quiet, child killer. Ooh, we have no questions for the defendant. Okay, well then. Hell's bells. Was his act counter-revolutionary in nature? Yes. Whom would the defendant share confidential information? Did the defendant reveal the identity of the person calling themselves D? I don't think acquittal is in the cards. Acquittal! And everyone hates us. Yeah, sorry. Death will never give the boy justice, but you know what? Yeah, there's no prison. Yeah, death will make us feel better. I have a feeling this is going to create ripple effects that is going to affect us in a negative way for the rest of the game. But we really don't have much of a choice. The common folk are going to get very murderous. Death by exile.
Do it.
Oh, good lord, I have many cases to review? Are you kidding me? Sure, I feel in a murderous mood. Gerald Lucy. 70-year-old Gerald Lucy cheated on his wife with a prostitute. Furthermore, to make sure he'd managed to fulfill his desires, he spent 25 francs on a potion made from cat blood. He told investigators, "That fusty old hag told me she'd cast some spells. And it worked! Ask the whore!" Yeah, you get free. See, the revolutionaries and the aristocrats, they don't care. Emmeline Bazalgette, a war invalid and beggar, was caught trying to persuade a little girl to go to a cellar with him. He then tried to escape the guard and accidentally scared a horse yoked to a cart. The beast ran down the street, heavily damaging the vehicle. Shank? 18-year-old Sylvian Beau and his younger brother Fabian used to spend their evenings looking for well-dressed women who they'd drag into the dark alleys, beat up, and rob. They mostly stole jewelry. We know of at least 9 victims. I feel quite murderous today. What happened and who's about to die? Someone, hung our youngest son. I am sentencing you to death. You will pay for my son. Justice. That's what happens to traitors. I have kept my part of the deal. Now keep yours and show me you are a man of honor. 3 out of 3. Okay. Yeah, the boy was cut up too. You are correct. Alrighty. Crazy. And the crowd's intrigued. I want them to love me. Alright. Carefree, crime, defendant, revolution. Shoo. Oh, we're not exactly sure. I'm not sure what carefree is. If they're attached, it's manipulation. If it's carefree, it's aggression? Maybe? And with withdrawn, it is manipulation's a good one. Perfect argument, strong argument, aggression is not the way we need to go. So let's try manipulation across the board and see what happens. And this is the same kind of chat that we normally have. Manipulation. Did that work? Oh, Oh, no. They're intrigued, but it's okay. Back to manipulation. So, with carefree, it's either careless or... Aww. Thank you very much, Cap, for gifting Seraphim that Tier 1 subscription. That is awesome. The game of Risk Territories is going horribly right now, but I think we may have done something to even the score. I am not a murderer. I bet he's not. He really isn't. And we don't have a option, so... Like Wolfgang von... Pull the lever, Kronk! Oh, where is Bernard? He's hiding somewhere, crying. I do not know what to... Why would you even open your mouth? It's your fault! You gambled with our lives! I tried to save you. We know. Do you really know? Because I can't see anything beyond destruction. I haven't for a long time now. Sai, thank you very much for that follow. Greetings, program. Welcome to the grid and hope you enjoy your stay. I am truly sorry. We need to stay together. We must... You stay together. I have to take care of our remaining son. He still can't understand why someone wanted his brother dead, though he needs to understand it. Ah, Frederick. Oh, okay. Everyone loves me. I cannot change this action. Oh, this is going to lower everybody. Okay. Zoop. Zoop. And zoop. Okay. She doesn't hate us. She doesn't hate us. Close. Close. Tell me you did not get injured again, dude. You so got injured. The hideout has been seized. It'll help your agents operate more efficiently in Paris. Yeah, Raphael is wounded. And Jacques is blocked. I can't do anything. All I can do here is lure enemy agents. I don't have a whole lot of choice. I'm probably going... There's a chance I'm going to... grant immunity. I'm not sure. Oh, we don't have enough influence points for that, unfortunately. Okay. Hierarchy. Pache is now out. Days before inspection, 7. Yeah. See, my guys can't travel. And Jacques is about to get wounded or just flat out killed. Not a whole lot we can do. Day 21. No, we can't recruit. At all. Not that I was able to see. Ooh, Bernard's got hate in his eyes. Hell's bells. Okay. Tell him, Mother. What? Tell him, or I will. What do you want her to tell me? We heard that you have the mayor's daughter. Yes, the trial is scheduled for tomorrow. Does everything depend on you, then? I will not do it. Why not? It would be disreputable. And killing our children is not? I cannot. She is not to blame. Kill her. You are so young, yet you talk about murder like it was nothing. Let them suffer like we did. Kill her. We want her blood. Sending my brother to the gallows was nothing to them. You frighten me. You'll be truly frightened if you won't do as we said. Good Lord. Okay, we need to upset... We're going to upset Dad, which is unfortunate, but we need to get the stats up on these two. Down it goes. Up. And up. Aha! Okay, Raphael is inactive. So, what we need to do here... Hey, Kodo, how you doing, boss? Yes, they are definitely going to be a problem. Jacques is wounded. We need to send him somewhere nice for a season. Jacques is wounded. There is nowhere that we can go that isn't going to be unpleasant. So, we still can't grant immunity. We need to spend... I'm going to spend more time with family. And hopefully that's going to be good. Influence points +2. Can you send him to your home district? No, I can't. Jacques can only move around here. We got a bruiser that just came in, unfortunately. And the enemy bruiser right now is fighting Rommel. So I don't have any... send him to the Shadow Realm. Me without my Toon deck. So we definitely need to get going on that. Alright, end of the day. Day 22. Maybe an act is an entire month. That'd be interesting. Oh lord, the common folk, the revolutionaries, and the family want her dead. The aristocrats want her to live. Ooh. Let's see what happens. An acquittal will put everything about even. A death penalty will make the revolutionaries incredibly happy with us. The aristocracy will be less so. So I'm curious what we need to do here. Dear citizen, both as an individual and as a representative of the National Convention, I am deeply saddened by your son's death and wish to offer my condolences. Maximilien Robespierre. Have the first condolences arrived yet? One of the authors is surely responsible for the attack on your family. The guard is at your service if you wish to shake down the whole of Paris to find those bastards. Only a madman would attack someone's child. Francois Henriette. In times like these, we can only entrust ourselves to God's will. We pray for your family. Jean-Baptiste Gobel. Who could have done something so terrible? I shall meet you soon, my friend. Jacques-Louis David. I cannot describe how saddened I am by the hideous crime on your family. France is by your side. George Danton. I was hoping that if there'd be a clue in someone's message, but I don't think that that's going to work. All right. Notebook, and then I'm going to find one of his notes here in the, and that's going to like drive me insane. Citizen Months. Ha ha. Marie Sylvie Pache, daughter of the mayor of Paris, has been accused of the cold-blooded murder of Beatrice Caron. The arrest was made in an abandoned house on Rue Saint-Marc, where the defendant supposedly copulated with the victim many times. The shack was perfectly suited for trysts intended to be kept a secret. The detention took place with the personal assistance of Judge Fidel. According to the guard, the defendant was found standing over the deceased with a blood-stained kitchen knife in her hand, ascertained to be the murder weapon. The defendant put up no resistance during her arrest. Investigators have established that the defendant and the victim knew each other for a long time. They were seen together. How often, however. Acquaintances of the defendant suggest that she preferred not to boast about her father's position or even her real name. Beatrice, on the other hand, in the absence of the defendant, allegedly bragged about... Excuse my language, Monsieur Judge. She bragged about having often fucked the defendant. I suspect this is just the silly prattle of a young girl. Nevertheless, I am reporting what I have learned. There are plenty of assumptions and gossip in this case. Beatrice had some connections with the Muscadins, but we were unable to learn anything of value from them. Rumor has it she was very much like this mob of delinquents. Young, unruly, disrespectful of authority, and depraving the sober-minded youth. At the same time, she usurped the right to call herself a defender of the people. Beatrice was a Muscadin to the core, and it would appear the defendant wished to become much the same. Let's unlock some questions. 10 to reveal with one trap. An abandoned house is for the crime scene. Knife in her hand. Accusation. No resistance. Concealing her identity. Okay. Blackmail. Motive. 3,000 francs. What was the 3,000 francs for? Was that the actual coin? There's nothing about 3,000 francs here. Okay. Yeah, the francs are definitely the trap. So we will avoid those if at all possible. A cold-blooded murder. Accusation. Judge's assistance. I don't know about that one. No resistance. Offender's personality. No resistance is... Accusation? Aha! Their intimate relationship. Accusation. No resistance going toward motive. Well, I don't know. Oh, there's the trap. Crap. However, it's alright. We got everything that we needed. All these Franks and not a single Leslie Nielsen in sight. Okay. Although many of you know this face already, I call upon the defendant to introduce herself. Marie Sylvie Pache, daughter. Yes, we know. Oh, good lord. Okay. So here's the thing, guys. I need your opinion on this. Our family wants blood, as do the revolutionaries and the common folk. The aristocracy wants to free her. Now, she, technically, other than the murder, didn't... The family doesn't know the case. She did kill the lady, though. So I'm actually kind of curious what happened. Why did you choose this particular place to murder your victim? It was not me who chose the place, but Beatrice, and I had no intention of murdering anyone. There would be no witnesses to the crime there. A crime was committed every time we met there. A crime of misalliance. A crime of sex and bodies. We relied on having no witnesses. Oh, so they did in fact... Well... You murdered a good friend. The knife went into her as it would any stranger. You speak without any trace of emotion. How is that possible? When I received Beatrice's letter, my heart turned to ice and I saw the true colors of the world. Treachery, egotism, ruthlessness. She's young, rich, and foolish. I'm feeling like that's the thing. Like, if she showed up for... It didn't need to end in murder. I don't care about the intimate relationship. That's not... Where did you get the knife? We needed to cut bread sometimes when we were hungry. I'd taken it there before and it was just lying around. Did you plan this crime in advance? No. I said... Will anyone listen to me? I said I had taken the kitchen knife from my house to be able to... I bet it was all silver. I heard the mayor was a rich man. Well, what difference does it make what I say if your minds are closed to my words? Austrian bitch. Yes. Random words. Do not dare to offend the people. For Detective Tap to help. You offered no resistance during the arrest. Why were you so calm? I know what I have done, and I do not deny a thing. And you are aware that punishment will be fatal for a crime such as this. Perhaps you should have tried to save yourself. Our family reputation has been tarnished by these accusations against my father, the person whom Beatrice turned out to be a blackmailer. What would I save? My life? What life? You mean you murdered this woman in cold blood because she hurt your family? She's not even denying it. What a fool. Yeah, she's owning up to what she did. During arrest, you handed the murder weapon to me. I gave it to the right person. Please explain. I handed the knife to the head butcher of the city, a man who knows that the instrument was meant for him. He'll smell blood long after my death. Those atrocities of another woman with another woman have mixed up her head. You will remember my words, Judge Fidel. This knife will get you one day. The defendant is trying to intimidate the judge. How long had you been intimate? Oh, we know they'd been intimate for some time, Kodo, but yeah, I'll go ahead and throw that in. See, I don't care how she would have spent the money, the feelings from the letter, like... How long had you been in a relationship with the victim? For 1 year. It started... Do we have to listen to these perverted effusions? The prisoner has the right to defend herself. If her testimony is too much for you, Prosecutor Tinville, I can finish this trial by myself. I will stay. I asked the defendant to continue. It started... No. I do not want to expose my feelings to those who believe them to be something against nature. You've likened me to an animal already. Your testimony could help in... Yes, I killed Beatrice because I am a degenerate monster. A freak. Is that what you wanted to hear? That's right, monster. I'm going to do one positive thing for her. Please describe your feelings when you got the letter from Beatrice. My heart broke. So, we have confirmation of the motive. You truly are ingenious investigators. Finally, you've grasped what I have been telling you from the beginning. Beatrice was very dear to me, like... Don't let her say it out loud! Please, spare us the details. Well, of course, because your holy hearts would not stand the idea of two women being together. Where's that freedom and equality of yours? Yeah, this was a crime of passion. With impassion, if that makes any sense. I think I've heard everything I need to hear. Did the defendant confess to the crime? Yes. Was her act counter-revolutionary in nature? No. Did the Muscadins not recognize the defendant? Did the defendant confirm being sexually involved with the victim? Yes. And I didn't get that one, so... She concealed her true surname. Alrighty. Death. Ooh, okay, we got some new stuff. We've learned from Amory Bodent. We've learned from an informant that the son-in-law of General Evrard Grandjean has been appointed to lead the Department of Supply in the École Militaire. Before he met the general's daughter, Boudet used to help his parents at their tavern in the city center. What? Okay. Why live? One Albane Maurice used a thick stick to beat Blaise Kelle, who was working at her fish stall. According to witnesses, the ruthless blows were punishment for dropping a basket of goods. And you just... I'm in a mood. For murder. Gotta specify that. For murder. I sentenced Marie Sylvie Pache to death. That it was clear from the beginning. I don't even feel sorry for her. If she'd got herself a man, this would have ended differently. No, not necessarily. She just needed to be with a woman who wasn't scum. Okay, people are calm. Death penalty is going. Ew, the Straits. Speak to the common folk. Love me. Okay, for attached, manipulation. For withdrawn, manipulation. For no opinion, carelessness. Perfect, strong, and perfect. Commence. Max happiness. Gives me +4 reputation for the one that I used. Why are you staring at me? Do you see a victory here? Pull the lever, Kronk! When did you meet my brother, Bruno? Oh, we served in the same brigade, and I owe him my life. He put himself in danger, dragging me away from the battlefield when I was injured, but was not so lucky himself. We have dedicated far too much time to that man already, both in our thoughts and our stories. I want to know. As do I. A stray bullet killed him. I even got the chance to thank him for saving my life. I can assure you that we were friends. Whoa! Okay. Battle. Battles are dynamic fights between two hostile armies. They include infantry, rifles, and artillery. Enemy generals may have different preferences regarding their tactics. Each tactic defines the way the attack or defense is conducted and affects the minor bonuses that your troops will receive in battle. The balance of power during battles may change. Watch the respective bars and use the information you gain to choose the right tactics. Our rear guard clashed with the enemy and lost. They forced their way into the camp where the wounded were being tended to. We had to grab our weapons. Choose a tactic. Okay. Neutral, defense, suppressive fire, frontline assault. Defense. Neutral. Frontline assault will take out the back row. And it doesn't look like we can really move. I don't think I can move these guys at all. We can just choose a tactic. Okay, we're going to go for frontline assault and see what happens here. Frontline assault versus frontline assault. Yo. Turn 2. Your brother fought like a man possessed. People were flocking to him. Suppressive fire? Okay, Sarah says defend, so let's see what happens here. Oh, we went for the frontline assault again. And there went my front line. Good times. Great oldies. We had faith that reinforcements were rushing to help us, but we knew they would be too late. Neutral stance seems good. A bayonet went right through me. I was bleeding out. My friends were being felled by bullets one after another. Yeah, we don't have a front line. Oh, we do have a front line assault. Okay, why not? Go for the gusto! Go, little man! Ouchies! Leroy, where's the retreat option? And this is why we went guerrilla warfare during the American Revolution. Amen, Craig. Ouchies. Your brother pulled me from among the dead and dragged me far from the battlefield. The moment we reached the trees, a stray bullet caught him in the back. He died almost immediately, and I deserted. I thought I should thank you, his blood, and try to pay that debt with my actions. So Bruno has paid for his sins. My son. He often said, Alexis, my brother, he's the only thing that matters. You must have been important to him. Okay, yay for good relations with family. Mm-hmm. Choose an action. Fundraising for the orphanage. Oh, hello. A rare event where everyone benefits. Difficult times create even more difficult childhoods. We cannot give these children their parents back, but we can give them some hope. Oh, look in the background. It's Alexis with Frederick. That sucks. Aftermath. Ooh, we killed the agents. Nice. Less nice. Okay. Gregory is blocked. He can't move. Okay, we can take this back. Influence. Muscadins is inciting the crowd, which is unfortunate, but there's really nothing we can do about it. The day you were born, the very forest of Lordaeron echoed the words, Arthas. Alright. So, it looks like we're going to be able to take some territory back. Hopefully. We have only 4. We still, unfortunately, do not have enough to use the hideout effectively. That fervor is going to be unfortunate. You know what? I'm gonna counteract the Muscadins here. I don't really care about this territory right now. I just want to make sure that Raphael takes this middle section, that Gregory, for the love of God, protects this area, and will probably get captured by the Revolutionary Patrol, which is unfortunate, but such is life. Oh, here's our Gobel. The Archbishop of Paris and another chameleon of French politics. Faced with the revolution, he sided with the reformers, swore allegiance to the state, and by doing so turned his back on the Pope. Probably the most powerful Parisian after Robespierre, he avoids the limelight, preferring to attack his enemies from behind the scenes. His network of spies envelops the entire city, and there is no hiding from it. Herbert. A politician and journalist, he has dubbed himself the representative of the sans-culottes and the voice of the people. He wins their hearts with Le Père Duche, or something, a newspaper that he publishes which is famous for its coarse language and messages suitable for the lowest social classes. The Inquirer. He specializes in harassing defiant clergymen. For a tribune of the plebs, he dresses in a surprisingly sumptuous fashion. Haha! The judge's secret snack chamber. Act 1. Oh! Act 2! We made it to Act 2! Day 1. Hey, Wretch, just wondering by chance if you ever heard or played the Total War series. I have heard of the Total War series. I've never played it. However, I've been very tempted to play the one that's coming out based on Romance of the Three Kingdoms, which is like one of my favorite periods of time kind of stories. So I think that would be very fun. I've been considering it, though. God save the Queen. What do you know about the person who introduced himself as Rommel? Everyone deserves to know the truth about their colleagues. Meet me at 10 p.m. in the alley behind the Café Procope. Come alone, and you will learn the truth about Rommel's past. It's for your own good. So Rommel is our spy. But God Save the Queen. That's an English thing, isn't it? Like, who? During the French... No, that was George. George III was still king during the French Revolution. So... what do we do, guys? Do we go to the meeting to find out information about Rommel? Or do we not go? This could be fairly interesting. Kath says no, and the title shows on screen and the intro music plays. Now the game starts. We just played the tutorial for quite a few hours. Kath says no. Did anyone else have any opinion on it? Seraphim says Kath's right. Is it one of those, it's important that he's helping us now more than anything? Agreed? Okay. We will not go to the meeting. And see if that comes back to bite us. The die is cast. Okay, the family wants this person acquitted. Everyone else wants her dead. Bourgeoisie whore! Don't waste the guillotine on her. Bring her to us. The defendant wanted to be human in inhuman times. Or maybe she was just stupid in times that have no mercy for stupidity. I can't decide which epitaph will look better on her tombstone. Hey, Sai. Yeah, it's gonna look like I'm just all over the place. Citizen, what is your name? I'm... Amy. Amy Danette. Or Danette. What can you say in your defense? I didn't do anything. She is obviously lying. The files contain a detailed description of the reason for her trial. Citizen Dinette, the principal of the weaving shop, claims that you were helping a sworn counter-revolutionary, Xavier de Borda, the former Baron de Lezians, with food. I just fed a poor man. I didn't mean no harm. Why did you not feed a child instead of a former rich man? Should I pity an old man less than a child? She's lying, as monarchists always do. Oh lord. Okay, I think I'm about to upset some people. Amy Dinette, a 19-year-old orphan who is currently employed at a loom shop, is accused of being a monarchist. Prior to the revolution, the defendant was working as a kitchen maid in the Parisian residence of Xavier de Borda, the Baron of Lezine. Oh, wait a minute. She was working as a kitchen maid, who was a sworn supporter of Citizen Capet. After the beginning of the revolution, he was accused of plotting against France. However, because of insufficient evidence, he was only stripped of his title and fortune. Dinette was denounced by the head of the loom shop, 56-year-old Louis Berthier. He accused her of supporting monarchists and having counter-revolutionary views. Amy allegedly committed theft of groceries from the loom shop pantry. It would have been an ordinary crime, if not for the fact that she then handed the food to Xavier de Borda. After his trial, the former baron started living on the street, dressed in rags and begging for bread. The crime was witnessed by another worker, 51-year-old Barbara Cuvier, who also worked at the baron's residency, although only for a short period of time. She testified to having seen Amy take bread and cheese from the pantry and give it to de Borda. He also nagged other employees of the loom shop, asking them to bring him food in exchange for money. The former aristocrat was arrested for vagrancy. During the interrogation, he confirmed everything that we had previously established. However, he denied recognizing Amy and offering her anything for the food. Okay. Kitchen maid. Theft of grocery. Okay, supporting monarchists, that's counter-revolution. Right there. Accusation? Pabs is out for blood. Theft of groceries. Accusation? Yes? Mm-hmm. Money for food. Kitchen maid. That's a motive. Baron. Ah, got it. And one more question to reveal. Got it. Avoided the trap. Huzzah. Did the defendant confess to the crime? Was her act counter-revolutionary in nature? Where did the woman get the food? How much had the Baron changed since the end of his trial? How long did Dinette work for the Baron? Verdict. Let's look at our options here. Death penalty. The aristocracy, it doesn't help at all. Acquittal will lower... Okay, that is completely reasonable. We can rock that out. Do you support the revolution? Yes, although now more often than before the cupboard is bare. Probably because in the past you were among the privileged who spent their time in palaces. During the regime we didn't even have cupboards. If only you could have seen how we lived in those palaces. So the revolution has disappointed you, and you decided to help its enemies. No. I just fed a beggar who asked for a slice of bread. That beggar was the former Baron de Borda, recognized by the court as an enemy of France and its people. The Baron had really changed. He's skinny, gray-haired, looked like he would faint any minute. I wonder if he ever took pity on anyone. Well, bam, we could already go ahead and free her. What did you get in from the Baron in exchange for food? A kind word? What else would a starving beggar have given me? The only other thing he could offer would be lice. Witnesses claim that he promised you a lot of money from his hidden fortune. He was going crazy from hunger. Why would he live on the street if he had money? Who would believe such a thing? People like him always have some gold hidden. Who knows? Maybe he was living there because he did not want to draw attention to himself. If he had money, he could just buy food in a store. That is true. Unless he could not, because nobody would trade with an enemy of the revolution. So why did you help Citizen de Borda? He was starving, and I know how hunger feels. He was also sentenced for counter-revolutionary activities, which you, as his former employee, knew very well. I only saw a dirty, lice-ridden poor man. How could I recognize the Baron in him? I'm still not convinced it was him. Are you trying to convince us that you do not recognize a man from whom you worked for so many years? So skinny, missing his hairpiece and rich clothing? He wouldn't recognize himself. Impossible! Would you have done the same if you knew the identity of the beggar? Criminals have to eat like any other person. He's just a beggar. What harm can he do to France? Alright, I've heard enough. Did the defendant confess to the crime? How long did... Wait. Whoa. 19 years old. I think I can get away with a few questions here. I need to check this. Hopefully this won't get her to the guillotine. How long did you work for the former Baron de Lazines? A few years. I don't remember exactly. I was first brought to the kitchen as a child. So you had enough time to examine his face and remember it. The Baron never entered the kitchen, and we were forbidden from going into the rooms. I usually saw him through the window when he was riding on a horse to hunt. Did you hear that? He was hunting, that big shot. Are you saying that if he entered the kitchen when you were working for him, you would not have known who he was? Wildo! Hey, boss, thank you very much for the bits. You have missed a lot, my friend. Our youngest son was murdered. And we're dealing with the consequences of that. That beggar looked familiar, but I didn't remember why. Alright, we're good. Since she was a child, he becomes skinny and gray-haired. Where did the woman get food? Mentor's help. She admitted stealing it from her employer. Definitely not a death sentence. Was her act counter-revolutionary in nature? No. Did the defendant confess to the crime of giving bread? Yes. I'm at least going to get 3 out of 5. Verdict. Acquit. At least our family isn't like truly bloodthirsty. You know what I mean? Like that would suck. Just wanting everyone dead. The verdict in the case of Amy Dennett is not guilty. Lead the defendant out. I see how you could believe her explanations, though it's a pity that your intuition was not strong enough for you to see through them. He'd let a thief go! Are we letting counter-revolutionaries go now? You are an enemy of the people! Oh, wow. Okay. Got 3 out of 5. Reputation and influence. They'll get over it. Ooh, I know that sound. Oh, no. Are you gonna throw it in the... Are you gonna throw it into the fire, Alexis? It's almost like we're losing our humanity little by little, you know, with what happens with our family and everything else that's been going on. Okay, relations with family are very good. Reading together, paragraphs and codes, opening night at the theater. Oh wow, they don't like that. Dinner with friends from the convention, work on tomorrow's trial. Let's go ahead and I'm looking for whatever is going to get Dad happy. We're already maxed out with our wife, but she's still going to be sassy regardless. Bam. And she only dislikes it a little. Aren't you off the wagon now? Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. Ah, crap. All right. New folks have popped up. Gregory has been wounded. We're going to go ahead and send him up this way to heal up. Raphael. Okay, Fervor is okay there. What to do? I would very much like to take out the enemy bruiser. I can't head that direction, though, unfortunately. So, we are going to... What's our fervor level here? Oh, the fervor level is high. And that's pretty much all that we can do at the moment. You think we should secure our side of the river? Yeah, I can definitely see that. Here, we'll increase our influence here. We'll have Raphael increase over here. And we still have that middle island for the 4% increase. Okie doke. In a van down by the river. Act 2, Day 2.
Good morning, citizens.
Oh, Lord.
You did not hurry here, did you? Long night.
Citizen Robespierre, to what do we owe the...
Vendée, there was a rebellion.
What? Who started it?
People. Traitors. They are yelling that they have had enough of the terror, of the revolution. Some say they want bread. Others, that the clergy continues to oppress the people.
And there are those who shout, "To hell with Robespierre's terror!"
You speak too freely, citizen. Enough with the lenient verdicts. Enough with indulgence. I will deal with Vendée myself, but I need the situation in Paris. And I need you to get rid of the undesirable, the element that undermines the sense of the revolution. Fear will help them think more rationally, to believe in its message.
Thank you, Grand Moff Tarkin.
You must bring peace to the capital city, even if that means blood.
And what about legal equality? Justice?
Terror is nothing but swift justice.
Oi! Fire the weapon. Continue with the operation. You may fire when ready. Oh, we just got a note. Archbishop Jean-Baptiste Gobel was the one who made the decision on the death of your child. He should be your next target. Okay. Well, looks like we're heading up the ladder. You made a mistake. We wanted to give you information to you for free as a token of our goodwill. We sent someone to you, a man who knows certain things about your friend, but the day that we learned that his throat was cut, we're giving you one last chance. Arrange a meeting with Ramel, or whatever you call him, unless you would prefer to share the fate of our friend. We want to meet him today at 9 p.m. Same place. Oh, I don't have enough. Great. That actually may kill us. But we don't have a choice. We have to ignore it. Awesome. Alright. Revolutionaries and common folk still think highly of us. Medium with the aristocrats. We've got max influence. Did the defendant confess to the crime? Was her act counter-revolutionary in nature? Who found the body? Ooh. Death penalty? Acquittal. Ew. Alright, this is where it's going to start getting tough, guys. I'm thinking. Young, pretty, and unhappy. No wonder people take her side. Heartless rogues! How can you drag a girl in mourning to court? Silence. Please, introduce yourself. My name is Valerie Moreau. Miss Moreau, you were accused of murdering Lieutenant Mollet. Do you have anything to say? I still cannot believe any of this. Spare us the drama, please. This is not a theater. Sadist! The defendant is Valerie Moreau, daughter of advocate Philip Moreau. She was arrested as a suspect for the murder of Lieutenant Serge Mollet, a cavalry officer. The investigation revealed that they knew each other well and, according to both families, met several times a month. What's more, Lieutenant Mollet had asked Philippe Moreau for his daughter's hand. Miss Moreau testified that she had found her friend's body in his apartment. She was arrested because the servants testified that nobody else had entered Lieutenant Mollet's apartment on that day, and the servants had seen the victim alive before her trial. Miss Moreau testified that she was allowed into the house by Lieutenant Mollet's servants and went directly to his room. She said that she saw him lying in a bed in blood-stained bedclothes, and his throat had been cut. Even though she supposedly felt faint, she approached him to check his pulse. A few minutes later, she called for help. The servants' testimonies corroborate her account. When they found her, she was holding Lieutenant Mollet's body in her arms and sobbing uncontrollably. A blood-stained knife was lying on the floor, and on its still wet hilt were small, probably female, fingerprints. The case seems pretty simple. Miss Moreau is one of the aggrieved parties, and dragging her to court will only cause her more distress. We should focus on looking for the real murderer, and not harass such a fragile and innocent creature. Probably someone with the same name. Okay, blood-stained knife. Can we... Ooh. Instrument of the crime. Alleged engagement. Cavalry officer. Defendant holding the body. Accusation. Checking for a pulse. Accusation. Oh, whoops. Personality, then. Slit throat. Accusation. Oh, crap. Method. Oh, crap. Method. No visitors. Discovery of the body. Alleged engagement. What are we looking to, Acquittal's gonna put us in a bad spot. I also don't like the fact that even the caseworker's like, oh, she's a young, beautiful, fragile flower. Yes, the ring could be a motive. It also could be a... No, there's no traps, is there? Alleged engagement. Cavalry officer. Advocate's daughter. That's the offender's personality. Okay, we are... No visitors. What to do, what to do. No visitors. Method, motive, accusation. Could the alleged engagement be extenuating circumstances? Hey, Sai, welcome back. No visitors. Alleged engagement will be motive? Oh, good call. Seraphim, very much so. Okay, no visitors. Discovery of the body. Can we make that as an accusation? Method. It's not a method. It wouldn't be the method. Aha! Got it. Okay. Cool. Now, the first thing that we're going to do, we need to ask a question about this bloodstained knife. A bloodstained knife was found at the crime scene. I know nothing about a knife. It has an imprint of a small, probably female hand. So he was killed by a woman? He had someone else, but wanted to marry me? I did not say that. I am rather confused. Poor girl. Monsieur le Judge, the accused is trying to deceive us. We know what a woman's imprint on the murder weapon means. Maybe I left it when Serge was already dead. She probably grabbed it in a shock. Wow. They really... I have unlocked all the questions and there's no way to really kill her. Lieutenant... Oh, that's an interesting... Lieutenant Mollet was a soldier. How could someone have surprised him in his own bed? How could such a child be able to kill him? This trial is a farce. Of course she could. You can kill anyone if you're able to surprise them. Whoever broke into his flat must have approached him very silently to not wake him up. Would he be sleeping right before meeting you? I only know that he was lying in bed. Maybe he decided to take a nap. Do you not find that suspicious? Everything about this case is suspicious. I agree, and your testimony especially. Yeah, there's no way that we can get her to the guillotine. Have you known the victim for a long time? A few years, since his time at military school. What kind of acquaintance was it? Friendship. Deep, steadfast friendship. Although for Lieutenant Mollet, I knew that it was something more than that. And for you? Why is he tormenting her? Ooh. Did you love him? If you did, maybe you murdered him because you were jealous. I do not know. I cannot answer that question. Refusing to answer will only go against you. She's barely breathing, the poor traumatized thing. Okay. Well, let's see. Well, let's go ahead and just get all the details from this case then. Miss Moreau, I must learn every detail of this case. I understand. Please, ask your questions. Our investigator has learned from your father that Lieutenant Moreau was in agreement with him about your engagement. Or Mollet, excuse me, I say Moreau, it's Mollet. Oh. Did you not know of that agreement? I knew that he... But not that soon. No, I did not know. Your family kept it a secret. Apparently so. Maybe you reacted to his proposal by killing him. Ooh, and crying. My God, why not just execute her at once, you bastards? Please describe the moment when you found the victim's body. This is inhuman. I received a letter in which he asked me to come. He wrote that he would send everyone away and we could spend some time on our own. He wanted to confess something. On your own? How should we interpret that? He surely did not mean anything indecent. He was an honorable person, a cavalryman. What happened next? I arrived on time and entered his apartment. The drapes were closed and I felt something slippery beneath my shoe. It was blood. Did anyone see you entering? I do not know. The servants, perhaps. Did you sneak in there? He asked me to enter quietly, and when I went inside... You immediately saw the body? It was only after a few moments that I saw him. He was lying on the bed. His throat... Excuse me. How awful. Monsieur le Judge, I've made it on time. There's something I have to reveal. Please, hear me out. Ooh. I know Miss Moreau. I treat her family. What do you want to reveal? I think it was this woman who killed Lieutenant Mollet. She is the devil incarnate. Madman! And what brings you to that conclusion? I have been treating her for many years, and I've known her since she was a child. Recently, she changed. When Miss Moreau visited me not long ago, she was trembling, constantly getting a fever and having fits of terror. I prescribed her some herbs to calm her down. And what is the connection with... Let me tell you. Something was tormenting her inwardly. She told me once that she was too young for marriage. We have a motive. So she knew what Lieutenant Mollet and her father were planning. If she did not, then she at least suspected something, as for some time her nerves have been on edge. And how did you react to that? I thought she was still in shock after what she had seen, and I prescribed her sedative herbs. I assumed that she would get married, have a child, and forget about everything. It was only today that I heard about Lieutenant Mollet's death, and I came here at once. Thank you, Doctor. It seems you have treated us to quite a performance. The Doctor is accusing you... Bastard! If he's making a monster of me, perhaps I should butcher him for pleasure. Stick a knife in his belly and cut upwards. Slash open his throat and... What is she talking about? What we have here is the serious opinion of a doctor. I just remembered. I know who killed Sergei. I recall him telling me that a couple of years ago he dueled another officer who never accepted his defeat. Maybe that person, infuriated by the denial of an honorable way out, sneaked into Lieutenant Mollet's home to cut his throat. After so many years. Do you know the name of that other officer, miss? Unfortunately, I do not. What manner of duel was it? Did they use swords or pistols? I do not remember that either. Oh, the jury still wants acquittal. Oh, no. Well, we're going to have to go against the jury, guys. This is going to suck. But I've got to go with my gut here. Okay, who found the body? Wait. Was her act Okay, did the defendant confess to the crime? No. Was her act counter-revolutionary in nature? Yes. Who found the body? The defendant. Death penalty. Yeah, I definitely think that she is out of here. The cases keep getting juicier and juicier. Oh, crap. Okay. Delaplace Michaud. Two cheap prostitutes, Marie-Laure Delaplace and Yvette Michaud, assaulted and badly injured their colleague, Lucille Jouguet, who had allegedly seduced one of their clients. Passers-by found the victim in a dark alley. She was unconscious, bleeding, and covered in bruises. Owing to the attack, the victim lost her left eye. During a trade visit to the north of France, Michael Lou allegedly had intercourse with Bozaneid, a widow who runs a doss house in Rouen. The claim was filed by the wife of the accused. It was not backed with any evidence. Free. Three youngsters, Martin Barbier, Theo Saniel, and Daniel Diverger, broke into a bakery at night. They stole a big bag of flour, which they later tried to sell in Les Havres. We should also mention that during the robbery, a window was broken. We shall free them. And with these guys, however... Bam. So, that puts us pretty on medium ground with the common folk. The revolutionaries now love us. My, how the tables have turned. And the aristocrats are somewhat okay with us. Let's see how she reacts. I sentence Citizen Valerie Moreau to be guillotined. Lead the condemned out. Well, we certainly did a fine job. This is inhuman! No, she's a lunatic. She deserves it. It doesn't matter what we have to say. You'd better take us into account in the future. Yeah, there was nothing we could have done there, so the jury is going to be, unfortunately, very angry with us. Enemy at the courthouse. Lovely. It's speech time. People are intrigued. Okay, so let's go with carelessness for the carefree attitude, for attached manipulation, and for withdrawn manipulation. It's perfect, strong, and strong. That's right. Bask in the amazingness. It gives me +4 rep. Now I want to see how she reacts. There's no justice. You have no proof. You know you don't. We have a bloody knife. And now we're going to have a bloody guillotine, or a bloodier guillotine. As long as I've known you, you were never one for small talk. I believe that actions speak louder than words. What do our actions say about you and I? That we don't allow other people to control our lives, and we're in charge of our own destiny. Could you at last reveal where you are from? I can tell you that. Just like your brother Bruno, I have also spent some time living on the street. My older half-brother kicked me out, and yet I miss him. I'm sorry. You shouldn't be. At least now I'm strong enough to do something about it. That's why I'm giving you Archbishop Goebel's head on a plate. Why? Because he was the one who planned your son's death, and I have learned of his deepest secret.
Goebel's father wanted his son to have a military career. His plans changed once Goebel had an illegitimate child. The careless heir was sent to Rome, where he was supposed to study and become a priest. The woman was taken to distant relatives in Paris. Jean-Baptiste learned about it long after he completed his education. Naturally, he did everything he could to move to the capital city. His search for the woman and child were futile. That is his weak point and our chance. We have to find them before he does. Goebel will not make a move if he knows that you have his family.
It's pretty cutthroat, but, you know, after what they did to our boy, why did Goebel attack me? You dealt with the Rolands and almost did the same to Pache. They were linked, and he must have thought that he would be your next target and decided to send you a message. Now I will send him one of my own. Kill everyone who's raised a hand to your family. It's the most precious thing you have. This is your best opportunity to attack, as people are blaming the clergy for steering the rebellion in the Vendée. True. Okay. Anything that we can... Alright, we are back to our normal, our regularly scheduled programming here. Bernard's musical interest notwithstanding, he needs to learn some more perspective skills. Law can be an art in its own right, and due to the recent circumstances, Bernard is likely to be the sole provider for his aging parents in the future. Ew. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and do that. That's going to raise up stats with Dad. It's going to lower for Bernard and wife, but not too bad. They still love us very much so. Okay. Yes, we have conquered the river. Crap. These guys are going to walk around and cause chaos, aren't they? The statue has reached another level of development. We can seize another building. Huzzah! Political salon. What does that do? Facilitate your work at the court. Don't care. I will take the printing house, though. For sure. And we need to get our bruiser over here to fight. So we got a big old smackdown happening. Rommel. We need to send you... maybe this way. We need to get close. We need to go ahead and take... I need them as far away as possible. So they're going to lure enemy agents. Let's get some intrigue going. Intrigue. Jean-Baptiste Gobel. Seeing how you dealt with the Rolands and the mayor of Paris, Gobel now sees you as a threat. The brothel used to be an important source of income and information for him, and as the mayor, Pache allowed him to control the city. The Archbishop himself planned your assassination and arranged the death of your son, forcing both the Rolands and Pache to take part in the crimes. We need 2 successes to win and 4 for a bonus. Rumors about Gobel's son, or embarrassing subordinates. It is time to look for rotten apples in Gobel's orchard. If we reveal the wrongdoings of his subordinates, we will undermine people's trust in the Archbishop. After the rebellion, the clergy has been under constant attack from people who believe the church to be responsible. The information about the Archbishop's illegitimate child should not be a secret any longer. We need to make sure these rumors reach the ears of Prosecutor Tinville and ordinary Parisians. I'm all for the rumors. So, do we want to do diplomacy, espionage? Actually, espionage seems to be the best thing, and Rommel seems to be leading the charge on this. We're gonna call that good. 90% chance of success too. Awesome. Ooh, we have more intrigue. That'll be. Oh, we got to do both of these. The convention deputies must know something. They would not make Gobel Archbishop if they did not have something on him. Let's go ahead and go with that. Bam. Ooh, only 50% chance of that. But it's okay. We're going to get one of these done for sure. And who knows, that might actually pass for it. That might actually work. And the game is saving, and we are moving on to day 3 of Act 2, guys. I don't know if there's going to be story. Nope. Okay, excellent. So, we're going to go ahead and raid a channel after I'm done with the outro for YouTube. But in the meantime, I definitely want to thank you guys for tuning in today. I wasn't able to stream on Monday. I had a huge case of the blahs. But I think we definitely made up for it in this stream because a lot happened. Holy crap. And we're going to see ripples from this just get bigger and bigger and bigger. And those ripples are probably going to be in blood. So, good stuff. But yeah, if you guys haven't followed the channel, please do so. I try and stream Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays unless real life, blahs, or anything else get in the way. And if you are watching this on YouTube, I have a link to my Twitch channel in the description below. Like, share, subscribe. You guys know the drill there. And we will see you next time. Later days, everyone.